introduction.
Apologies for my voice, I'm kinda sick and the meds make me kinda high, but I wanna talk about it anyway. ESL has just updated a ruling about VAC-Banned players, and I wanna talk about it because I strongly disagree with what's happening right now. Basically, before, if you were VAC-Banned, you were banned from any Valve-sponsored event, such as a major, because Valve brings in the money to the cash prize. You were technically still allowed to play on other tournaments, but since they will all align with Valve's ruling, you were also unable to compete in ESL, ESEA or Face It. Basically, a VAC-Ban was the end of your career. Yeah, well, I frankly have no idea what kind of music I should put in the background, so there you go. Anyway, let's take for example Kukli, or Kali if you will. He got VAC-Banned 2 years ago and he became a meme because he always denied the fact that he was cheating. He claimed that he only used it once in a matchmaking to see what it was like, but he never cheated in a pro match, at least that's what he said. But this is not the debate here. A cheating ban on ESL always lasted for 2 years. Past these 2 years you would still be able to play on ESL, but not to compete in a pro league or something more serious. But today, ESL and only ESL went backward on this rule, allowing VAC-Banned players to compete again in big ESL's tournament, such as ESL Cologne, also known as ESL 1, which this year is not gonna be a major unfortunately, and they will also be able to compete in ESL Pro League. Now the fact that they allow VAC-Banned players to compete again is kinda weird for me, but if we look and compare with other sports, for example cycling or biking, here's the list of doping cases you can find, where basically the athletes used illicit drugs to enhance performances and take the win. If they get caught, they will be issued a ban from 2 to 6 years. So let's say, alright, I'm okay to say that VAC-Banned players are issued a temp ban for what they did, and in X years they will be allowed to compete again. But only if when they come back they will be under heavy surveillance. We know that tournaments are now more precautious when it comes to prevent cheating than they were 2 years ago, but these players deserve a special attention and they pulled that on themselves. So this new rule is not in itself that big of a deal, but where I strongly disagree is that this new ruling doesn't affect players banned for match fixing. My question is, do you agree that being banned for cheating is a better thing than being banned for match fixing? Would you forgive someone that got banned for cheating more easily than you would forgive someone that got banned for match fixing? We have around 25 players banned for match fixing. Some of them are pretty known now, like Dazed, Swag, Steel, and many others. Match fixing, if you don't know, consists of throwing a match against the odds so that you can bet against your own team and make some money or skins in the process. Here's a fun fact, I actually remember laughing really hard when I heard a French team that got banned for match fixing explaining that some members have won $400 worth of skin in the process, and they still got banned forever because they got caught. Now don't get me wrong, if you act like a douche, you're gonna be treated like one and it is absolutely fine. But I don't understand why players banned for cheating are allowed to come back and not these guys. And if you are a Twitter addict like me, you now realize amongst the pros that most of them think alike. This isn't right. If you are banned for cheating, you can play again 2 years later. If you are banned for match fixing, you can't play again. I don't think this is right, and hopefully you will agree with me. Now, just to clarify a few things, ESL isn't Valve. ESL, Electronic Sport League, is an organization, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, in esport, and they have all the rights to differ from Valve's ruling, especially when Valve doesn't give them a major. What I wanna say is that ESL's rules doesn't have to be the same as Face It or Valve or any other tournament, and in case you don't know, by the way, ESEA is owned by ESL. So my point here is that since ESL has just made a difference by allowing VAC-Banned players to compete again, the next logical step would be to allow players banned for match fixing to come back as well. Since ESL is already stepping aside Valve's rules about VAC-Banned players, it's only fair they do the same with players banned for match fixing. So Valve, well actually no, ESL, please fix. Why do I have to choke my aces again and again and again and again and again? It's like, if I have 4 frags, there's someone who comes behind me and stick his dick in my mouth and I just choke. Always! All fucking ways, man!